Hi, I'm Euge Valovirta, and on this one I'm gonna show you how different impulse responses have a quite big impact on your tone. I'm gonna use my Tokai / Warmoth Super Strat, which I just burned a little bit, took off the pickups, put it on EMG 81 in there. This pickup switch acts as a kill switch and one volume. Then into my pedal board where I'm not using anything. Then it goes into KHE amp switcher, then into Boogie Mark V, where I have the channel 3 on Mark 2C plus mode, the triode tubes, as close as the original as possible. Then into Sandrock reactive load, where I choose different IRs, they're all against Bogren IRs. Then into audio interface, and then I'm recording these two Cubase. First, I'm sure many of you know what is an impulse response, but maybe there is people who doesn't really know. So impulse response is a capture of a cabinet, speaker, microphone or microphones, miking that, and then they usually go into microphone preamp. What you do when you record. So whenever you're hearing a guitar tone on an album, you're not just hearing the amp and the cabinet and the speakers, you're hearing the microphones, the mic preamp, how the mixing engineer has, mixed the, maybe he's added some, he or she, the mixing engineer has added some lows, cut some lows, added mix, it's a sum of many different things. And a great impulse response is a capture of that cabinet, speaker, microphones, or microphone into high quality mic preamp like Neve 1073, which is really good, most used. I have a Rupert Neve approved preamps on this Steinberg audio interface, but I'm not gonna use them now to add any color to the tone. So what you're hearing is the impulse response and so on. So that's a good thing to keep always in mind. So I'm using just impulse responses on this one because I have only one cabinet, fried fat bottom with Eminence P50Es, which I kind of blend between V30s and greenbacks. I can't compare cabinets and microphones because I have one cabinet with one speakers and this is the mic I usually use if I record that, but I don't really do that because I get the same results much easier with reactive load and with impulse responses. Alright, so no effects, nothing, just the guitar into the Boogie. And first I have my signature IR Valovirtuos here. This is based on a oversized Mesa with V30s and 3 microphones, SM57 and the 2 I can't remember, and then into high quality preamp. But first I want to say that what is important is how it sounds, not what was used. That's why I really like the Bogren IRs, because they have, stupid names. Valovirtuos, well that's obvious. Son of God, Greasy Beard, Fart Me Up, So you're only focusing what you hear, not any presumptions like, yeah, I gotta use Marshall this or that. I mean, Marshall with V30s, mic with SM57, that IR could be horrible, or it could be really great, depending how it was captured, So forget all that. That's just my advice on how I do things. I just focus how it sounds. Whenever I'm dialing an amp, if you see my videos, I think people have said to me that I usually, watch into distance and close my eyes and dial. Because that's, I wanna hear. I can't hear a shit with my eyes, And I don't want my eyes to distract me when I'm dialing a tone. So that's why I guess I usually close my eyes, because then the only thing that's getting the information are my ears. So first Valovirtuos IR. Let's gonna play some, simple stuff. Yeah, that's a good basic sound. My IR, it's from the Jens Lieden clean, but it works on everything. Okay, then let's choose another IR, which same cab, same cabinet, same speaker, same microphone, same everything was used, but it sounds different. So there were three IRs, different IRs. Valovirtuos and then Son of God 2 and Greasy Beard. Those two are from Jens Rhythm Pack. They're based on the same exact gear, like I said. But as you heard, you know, my IR has a little bit more mids. The Son of God was a little bit scooped, lots of lows and highs. Greasy Beard, a little bit tighter lows, even more highs. So, you know, same gear, but they could, you know, be a bit different depending what's the blend, what's the balance between the microphones, what was used, and how the signal overall was EQ'd. So clearly Jens has added some lows to the Son of God, you know, because these are like mix-ready IRs, so they're fantastic. Okay, then let's move into something quite different. These two were CYHRA and I Wait for No Man from Jens Downtune Pack. But as you hear, they were great on, I mean this is a E flat standard, well drop, so drop C, but let me put it back to, no it's not the drop. So these work really well with, you know, E flat. The guitar doesn't have to be down to for them to work. They just have a little bit more upper mid bite. So actually with these IRs, it almost has kind of like a 800 character, the Boogie. Okay, then let's go back to, let's try something more different. These are from Kristian Kohle's packs, great IRs too. This is called Creamy Warm. Lots of more mids. Something I probably would use on a lead. It has that, it works great with a wah. You really get this throaty thing. And then juicy vintage fullness. Kinda muddy in a nice way. So you almost get that kind of like plexi type of thing with a mids. Warm and juicy. guess you got the point. With one amp, the sounds could be quite different. So what I do, if I got the amp set up like, yeah, it's cool, then I just dial a different impulse responses to see what works best in the current mix and what I'm looking for. Obviously the amp has a character. Let's say if I would use 800, then probably let's actually put the bad boy on and let's compare like first my signature IR, which is quite even IR. So the 800, that's a switch here though, so it has SD1 in front. So first the Boogie Mark 2C Plus. Then the 800. Well, they both work pretty well with this. Then let's take the CYHRA. Now the 800. Now the Boogie. Okay, then let's change to I Want For No Man 800. Boogie. The I Wait For No Man with the 800, it was a little bit, but with Boogie, you know, it works great because the 800 has more, or how I've said these now. I mean, I have quite a lot of 2.2K, the upper mix, but still the 800 has more. So if you have a certain amp you like or different amps, different IRs work better with. It's the same with cabs. You know, some amps really prefer some cabinets, and then if you take the same cabinet, put another amp, it could be quite different. So it's really important because the amp and the cabinet and speakers, or the amp and impulse responses, they kind of work hand in hand. You should think of them as one, because a different amp, reacts differently to different cabinets and so on. So that's really important. My signature, the Valovirta, I kind of wanted this general overall IR that it pretty much works on everything. It's quite even. There's a small kind of like mid hump which I like, because it makes it just cut through, in a mix better. But it doesn't have really not much lows boosted or highs. It's just this very. Now was the Boogie, then the 800. While we're at it, let's put the 5150 on. So as you heard, with that IR, the Valovirtuos, they both work great. Okay. Then the 5150 with Tube Screamer. It needs to warm. Yeah, it's coming. You should always wait for a minute for it to warm, but I'm. Okay, so it works pretty well on that. Let's take the CYHRA, which is a little bit darker. So first the 800. Then the Boogie. 5150. A lot darker. So this CYHRA is a bit dark with 5150, but in a mix it actually works great because I've been recording the next CYHRA album a long time, but a bunch of it is done. So I've actually recorded the rhythm guitars with 800 and with 5150. So the 800 is the main, but then the 5150 is kind of giving it that 5150 character. I've used this CYHRA IR along with some other IRs like this I Wait for No Man. So now with 5150, this works better in my opinion. There's more highs. With 800, the same IR, I Wait for No Man. But those two together, it works really well. So how I recorded is that on the left there's two rhythm guitar tracks, 800 and 5150, with CYHRA and I Wait for No Man, and then the other side the same. So it gives this nice blend. If you use the CYHRA, and let's start with the Boogie. Feet 150. 800. Okay, then my signature IR. Boogie. A lot more mids because the CYHRA there's a big scoop on the mids. 5150. 800. They all work pretty well. The 5150 is a little bit dark with this, but you get the point. So if you have one amp, you can get many different tones. Obviously, some of you might say that yeah, they all sound the same. Well, they do because it's me playing. We all have our personal sound here. In these two things, this what we do. So I sound like myself, no matter if I use a Strat or a Les Paul or whatever. If you have a good sound, great. If you have a bad sound, you're not very good. You can fix that by practicing. But you really can't fix a sound only with gear. It needs to, because it all starts here. Amplifier, it amplifies your sound, and then it goes to cabinet or IR, and that determines how the sound comes out. So the most important thing is obviously what you do. So please keep that in mind. And if you wanna sound like Zakk Wylde or me or whatever, it's not about the gear. It's about the way to play. My advice always: you wanna sound like Eddie Van Halen, play like Eddie Van Halen. You wanna sound like Zakk Wylde, play like Zakk Wylde. Okay. So that's that. So conclusion: IRs, cabinets, speakers, microphones, they have a big impact on your tone. The biggest impact is here, what you do. Then the amp amplifies that. Certain amps amplify that differently, like you heard. 5150, a little bit darker. Marshall has the nice upper mid. The Boogie 2C Plus, it actually has that upper mid too. It's just a little bit different than 800. Hopefully this was interesting and informative, and maybe you got some tips and stuff. And in the description below there's a link, my affiliate link to Jens Bogren's products website. So use that link and you will get a 10% discount of all. I strong recommendation. These are the only IRs I've been using since whenever the first rhythm pack came out, and I've used that on leads and cleans and everything. He has another new downtune pack. It's great, but it works on everything, not just downtune guitars. The leads and cleans, they work on everything. They have generally more mids, so they are better suited for leads, but I've used them on rhythms like my signature IR. The only IR I think from Jens are the clean IRs. They really don't work with distorted guitars. So let me show you. This is called almost ACC. There's that really high, but if I change to clean channel or the Boogie, there's that chime, because the way Jens has EQ'd, you know, there's a lot of that air. If I check something else, this is warm and juicy from Kohle. A little bit dark with cleans, but with overdrive was great. Again, whoa, so those clean IRs they work with cleans and pretty much with nothing else, because they have a lot of that air, that sparkle, what you kind of need with cleans. But when your tone is distorted, it's a bit too much, at least to me. Okay, yeah, that was it. Hey, thanks for watching. If you like, thumbs up. You know the drill. Until next time, take care. Bye.